What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing an epoxy resin, and I'm actually going to be doing a pour for the centerpiece of my game table. So this video is kind of part 2 of me building my game table. So if you haven't seen the first video of me cutting all the pieces out, make sure you check that out. I'll put the description up there so you can just click on that and go check that out. Now, just so you guys know, this is my first epoxy pour, so I'm not a professional, but I'm going to show you how the outcome is, for me at least. I want to show you what kind of epoxy I'm using and kind of go through all the little steps. So let's get started and see how it comes out. Okay, so this is my centerpiece that I'm going to be putting in my game table. I already took all the bullets, glued them in the spot, have a couple pins that I wanted to put in there, and then I will be putting some loose bullets in there also. Okay, so this is going to be the centerpiece of my game table. At least one of 2 centerpieces in my game table. And I went ahead and I put some bullets in there. These are 45 caliber shells. Shouldn't say bullets, they're shells. And I glued them down. And then I got a couple pins that I wanted to put in there. I also will be putting some loose shell casings and just tossing them throughout. So before we get to all that fun stuff, a couple things we want to make sure we do first. And one is making sure this is level. And you can see that that is pretty level right there. And I want to go ahead and check. And that looks pretty good to me too. So just want to make sure it's as level as possible, so when you go to pour your resin, it doesn't all flow to one side or the other, and just it's a mess. So try to make sure it's nice and level. Obviously, you need a heat gun, blowtorch. I'm going to be using a Wagner heat gun, just so you guys can see what I'm going to be using. And so first thing is to find out how much epoxy we're going to use. We got to measure everything. So I'm going to measure the inside, which is 7 5/8, and the length is 18 1/4, and it's about 5/8 thick. So I'm going to put those measurements into this website to kind of give me how many ounces of epoxy I need. Okay, as you can see, it shows that I need about 48.5 ounces. I'm just going to round that up to about 50 to make it a little easier for me. Just going to be using these cups, and basically the epoxy we're going to be using is a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 part resin, 1 part hardener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 16 500 milliliters, and I'm going to do that twice for the resin, and then do once for the hardener. Okay. And the epoxy that we're going to be using is liquid glass 2 to 4 inch thick pour. Okay, if you are pouring thick pours, you want to make sure you get thick pour resin. Do not get a tabletop resin and try to pour 1/2 inch, 2 inches thick, because it will not cure right, or it might overheat and cause you issues. So don't do that. Just don't do it. Trust me. So let's get the mixing. Okay, one thing I do want to say that I did with this is on all the inside corners, all the way around, I put silicone inside so that way the resin doesn't come pouring out. So hopefully I did a good enough job where it will stay in there and we won't have any issues with that. So now we're going to just move down here. We use this one. I already had marked it R for resin. Just also put A for just to help me so I can maybe keep using the same cups. So again, we're going to go to 16,500. I'm going to do that twice. So liquid glass, thick pour, 2 to 4 inches. And again, base A resin. So you can see what I'm using. The other thing, make sure you read the directions carefully. Read them again, and then read them 5 more times. Because you don't want to have to redo your project. Trust me, it sucks. So just make sure you do read it. See right here in step 2, it says at least 70 degrees. I'm a rebel. I'm going to try it. It says it's 59 in here. It feels pretty warm. It's stable condition, so I hope we'll be okay. It says lay down the plastic, which we have. So just kind of read through all the steps just to make sure. One thing to make sure of is you want to have your temperature stable. You don't want it to be in a spot where you get 40 degrees and then it gets up to 50 degrees and then it's down to 30 degrees. So when you're pouring resin, make sure you're staying in a nice stable temperature, and it does state that you need to be about 70 degrees. Right now it's showing it's 59 degrees in here. I'm going to try it at 59. I hope I don't screw that up because it's not at 70. So wish me luck, everyone. I don't want to redo it, but I also don't want to turn the heat up to 70 for 3 days either. So I'm going to try it at 59. Cross my fingers that we'll be okay. So make sure you are set up in a climate where it can stay a set temperature. Okay, I think we can all see the lines here. Just want to make sure you guys can see it just as well as I can. Kind of comes out a little fast, so I just want to take my time. Because it is 2 to 1 ratio, so you don't want to mess that up. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. That's money, man. So I'm going to pour that to the big cup. Alright, so our second, again, 2 to 1. You almost went too fast right there. I need to slow down. Whoa. Just a little bit more. See, there is quite a bit of bubbles right now, so hopefully these will come out, but Again, just pour that into the big boy. Drip, 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 drip. Trying to amuse myself. Okay, so now we're gonna get the part B, the hardener, and we're gonna get that to the 16.5, 16 ounces or 5 milliliters, just like we did twice with the part A. So. Alright. Here we go. Again, trying to make sure I get all of the hardener out. Okay, it says mix this thing for 5 minutes. I'm going to use a drill with the mixing thing. I'm going to turn it down though. So we're going to mix this for 5 minutes. Now, I will try to keep this on so you guys can see it. As we're learning together, guys, we're learning together. Again, this is my first one, so if you see something that I'm doing completely wrong, please let me know. Not expecting to be, I'm not no master at it, but I've always wanted to do one, so now we're going to do it. And we're going to do it together. Good or bad, you guys will see this outcome. So, I'll probably speed the video up for a while so you guys don't have to sit here and just watch this for 5 minutes. I don't want to bore you to death. So it's been 5 minutes. Instructions say to pour it into another cup and mix again. I'm just going to kind of mix it around this and just kind of make sure that it all kind of mixing good. I don't know why you gotta pour it into another cup. Maybe someone can explain and leave me a comment why I should be doing that, but I don't know. It don't make sense to me why I gotta waste another cup. But I'm just gonna mix it again for 3 more minutes. Alright, it's been that 3 minutes, so I'll let this drip off. I'm gonna go rinse off my mixing stick, or spatula, I guess you'd say, whatever. And then we're gonna do the pour. So I'll be back just a second. So the resin's been sitting just maybe a minute, long enough for me to just go rinse off the spatula. And so that's at 70 degrees, which is perfect. Alright, so I have not really thought about how I wanted to put these bullets in here. Thinking about just kind of letting them lay as they lay. And can't have them sitting up though. And see what that looks like. We'll just kind of toss them in here. Just kind of no particular way, just kind of spreading them out. Well, they're not all on top of each other, but also just kind of tossing them in there. Yes. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but it's 45 calibers just want to stick up. Obviously, they may not even stay there once they start to pour anyways, but that looks... What do you guys think? That looks kind of cool. Leave a comment. What do you guys think? You think it looks okay? I think it looks okay. I got one more of these laying around, so we'll toss that baby right there. Alright, so I'm going to plug in the heat gun just so that thing's ready to go. Alright, here comes the fun. Wow, pour this, see how it goes. Trying to make sure the bullets don't move too much. If you wonder why I'm pouring it kind of slow, just like that, I didn't want that to happen. Trying to keep them where they lay. so you guys can see eye level. Just about perfect. I know it sticks up a little bit right there, but we're gonna put a top coat once we put the table together. Okay, some of these small bubbles, we're just gonna take the heat gun on low and just gonna slide over it. I don't want to do it too much. I don't want to get it too hot. Again, I'm not saying this is what it's supposed to look like, but just in case you guys are 72, 73, 70, so I don't want to get it too hot, but so there's a bubble right there, so we can take care of that. Bye-bye, Mr. Bubbles. Boom. Gone. Just like that. So I'm gonna watch this for an hour or so and keep hitting those bubbles. I'll show you off and on what it's looking like. Alright guys, so it's been about an hour and a half since we poured, and you can see the bubbles are starting to slow down, not having too many bubbles, so I'm probably gonna just watch this for a little bit longer and then probably just let it set up overnight and see what she looks like in the morning. I'll show you some videos of it as time goes, but so far it's looking pretty good. And I'll show you what the temperature is on it real quick. Hold on, let me turn this on. So looks like we're hitting about 69 just about everywhere. So I think that's a pretty good temperature. You guys can leave a comment and let me know if it's what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be warmer, cooler. But it looks like everything's about 69 degrees. And like I said, it looks like I got most of the bubbles out right now. So far it's looking good to me. We'll find out how she looks tomorrow morning and throughout the next 3 days. It says it's going to take 3 days to cure, so we'll see. I will be back and show you guys some more as time goes. Okay, so it has been 24 hours, and this is what it's looking like right now. So far, it looks like it's doing pretty good. Got a nice gloss to the top. Let's see what the temperature is on this right now. Looks like it's 66 degrees. Again, this has been 24 hours, so obviously it's not completely cured yet, but so far I think it's looking pretty good right now. So we'll check it again in another 24 hours. Okay, it has been 3 days now, and this is the finished project, and as you can see, it looks really good. I think the outcome came out pretty nicely. Well, there was one bubble that popped up on me overnight that I couldn't get out, so I'll have to sand that out. But other than that, everything turned out pretty nice. Crystal clear, nice smooth finish. Pretty excited how it came out. What do you guys think? You guys think it turned out pretty nice? Let me know, leave a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you think the project turned out pretty nice. And until next time, later everyone.